Hi, it's Naomi Andrigg, and I'm working another problem solving with one-step equations problem in Carnegie Learning. This is just another example of a type of problem you might see in your problem set if you're in one of my Math 116 classes. So here's an example. It is a word problem. It says, "It is not hard to listen. The guy sitting behind us on the bus has been on his cell phone using words you can be pretty sure his mother never taught him. The guy's current rate is 20 bad words per minute." So first we need to start out by figuring out what our units are going to be. And the thing we can figure out is bad words, but we might be given minutes since we can figure out how many bad words he said total based on how long he's been talking. And if you don't get that from this part of the problem, go ahead and read a little further. How many bad words can we expect to hear for the next 3 minutes? That gives us an idea of what our unit's going to be there. So minutes will be our unit. And then our expression, the number of minutes, we could let it be m for minutes. We could let it be n for number. Really, we can just let this be whatever variable we like, just so long as it's something that's clear it's a variable and not a number. And then the bad words, each minute is 20 bad words, so we could do 20m. If you're not sure there, you can go on and fill in some numbers down here if it's going to be easier for you to do numbers and then expression. So I'll do that just to show you that that works as well. So 1, how many bad words can we expect to hear for the next 3 minutes when we reach the next bus stop? And I really hope this guy gets off. We know the number of minutes is 3, and then we think about it, well, 20 bad words per minute, 3 minutes, so that's going to be 20 and 20 and 20. So we're going to expect to have to hear 60 bad words in the next 3 minutes. And it lets me know that I've done this point correctly. Now I go on to the second one. The guy didn't get off. He said 160 bad words since he first started talking. How many minutes has this guy been talking? Well, we're given the number of bad words and not the number of minutes. So we know this should be 160, and lets me know that's right. Then I have to figure out how many minutes that is. Well, each minute is 20 bad words, so I can kind of go backwards, dividing by 20. Some number times 20 is 160. 160 divided by 20 is that number. So 20 times 8 is 160. I know that because I know 2 times 8 is 16. So 8 should be the number of minutes here. I'll have 8 times 20 gives me 160. So yes, it lets me know that's right. And from here, hopefully I've kind of figured out, oh, to get from here to here, I multiply by 20. To get from here to here, I divide by 20. From that, I can go back up and write my expression. So I know it's going to be 20 times m, or I could do, let's see, will it let me do m times 20? I'm not sure. I'll just check. Yes, I could write it m times 20. I could write 20m. Either way, the system's happy with that. Okay, number 3, if he started talking on his cell phone as soon as we got on the bus, how many bad words total will we have overheard by the time our 10-minute bus ride is finally over? So the number of minutes is 10, since it's a 10-minute bus ride. And then we can just substitute in. We'll have 10 times 20. 10 times 20 is 200, so we have 200 bad words that we have to hear over those 10 minutes. Now from here I want to plot my points, but before I plot my points, I need to make sure all those points will be on the graph. So I set my x interval. I know my x goes up to 10, and here I've got x going up to 10, so I'm okay with the x interval. The y interval, on the other hand, needs to go up to 200. So this number here needs to be 200, and I think a little box will pop up. No, maybe not. But you can see all my lines, they're so close that I can hardly tell there's any space between them. So I want to change this interval between lines so that I can see a little more clearly. Looks like all my numbers are multiples of 20, so I'm going to use 20 as my interval. That way all my numbers should be on a line. It'll be nice and easy to plot them. And I can see all those lines. They're not just so close together that they're useless. So from here I plot my points. I've got 360. So I go over to 3 and up to 60, right there. I've got 8, 160. So I go over to 8 and up to 160, right there. You can see that point lines up with 160, and then it lines up with 8. And then I've got 10, 200. It's over to 10, up to 200, right there in the corner. Then I draw my line, and I am finished with this problem. So that's all there is to this. I hope this is helpful.